They can't stop the signal now.
You're listening to EpicPodQuest.
They can't.
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Sidequest. I'm Grant LaHaye.
I'm Justin Scottham.
And I'm a kind of bearded Nate Jones.
Yeah, kind of bearded. Can we get a close up on that kind of beard?
Just not this part.
Tuck it in, suck it in, Nate.
How long have you been growing that out? Like a week?
No,
Actually,
like 3 to 5 days.
I'm seeing some definition there, man. It's
It
looking
looks good.
nice.
I like it.
It's looking nice. Little summer beards.
What the funny part about my facial hair is that, this part is mostly red, and then this part is red, and this part is red. So I'm gonna have to just for a minute or something if I want to keep it going. It's like the
Touch
Irish and Scottish part of my body is like
Just the touch
this is
of
the only
gray.
place I show other than your liver
Just
capabilities.
use the touch of gray. Make
Yeah.
it all blend in with the rest of your head. Oh, snap.
I don't consider that an insult because they're
should.
the wise gray.
It
There
is
you
the
go.
wise gray. Yes.
Yes, I like it.
So, YouTubes, where we left off and where we're picking up here on the podcast, we were talking about the Xbox release, and we were also talking about consoles and which one was the best. So, of course, we had to pick up this conversation right there. So, I'm going to turn it over to these two gentlemen who are going to continue debating why Xbox One is going to be awesome.
The conversation ended at why the Wii U sucks.
Yes.
That's
and,
true.
And I said, I had said that I don't think it sucks. I just don't think it was well executed.
Yeah. I
I'd agree with that.
I agree with you on it being poorly executed, but I think it was way too much. Like, looking at Nintendo's history, they are definite innovators as far as coming out with a nunchuck and having the actual interactivity in a video game and stuff like that, and they had a lot of really cool games that took advantage of it.
Right.
But with the Wii U, their big thing was oh, you can play a game without being on the TV, and everything that's done on the actual Wii U isn't necessarily fun. And not a
Right,
lot of games
yeah.
are supporting it, and a lot of the games that they said they were going to come out with, they haven't come out with yet. And it's their whole zombie game looked absolutely
That
amazing,
game
and I was
looked
like, oh my god,
awesome.
they're fucking they're there. And
Yeah.
it was horrible. It was one of the
Was the zombie game not good?
No, it wasn't good. They were saying it was almost impossible to play because you were having to take your attention from the TV to the panel
Yeah.
all of the time, and if you didn't do things in certain amounts of time, you would die instantly.
That's-
So
Oh.
it wasn't as fun as they were planning on it
Yeah.
to be. So
It looked awesome.
it looked
Yeah.
amazing, and even though their graphics weren't as good as PlayStation or Xbox,
And you're in London and there were guns in the game for some reason.
yeah. So I mean, Nintendo's definitely never been one to be oh, we're gonna have the most amazing graphics. They're all about the family fun and integrating it into the life of
Right,
the family
yeah.
and
It was
getting
a
everybody
nice
involved.
Concept being able, so if you were playing a game on the television, you could transfer it to your Wii U,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
pick up the game and keep going. Concept cool, execution poor,
yeah.
very very poor. Especially just in.
I honestly haven't even
gameplay.
touched one yet. I haven't been to a Best Buy in a while.
I touched one at Target
So-
the other day, and I just didn't really care for
Do
it.
they actually have it up to play?
Yeah.
We're talking about the Wii U.
Yeah,
Yeah.
touched Wii or touched you
Yeah.
at Target. He touched something at Target.
Anyway,
It was the
I haven't had
Nintendo Wii U.
I haven't had a chance to even play with a Wii U yet. But from everything I understand, it was just poorly executed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was more excited to see what was going to happen with the indie gamer, the indie developers, since Nintendo kind of started pushing that more and more. I just don't think it's a console that indie developers are willing to go into.
Well,
which
and
is,
Xbox has
which is kind of
neutered it.
unfortunate.
Xbox neutered the indie game developers as well a little bit with their announcement this week.
In what way?
It used to be that an indie game developer could just post directly to Xbox Live Arcade,
Yeah.
and now you actually have to go through a publishing company. And Microsoft is almost, in a certain aspect, kind of doing what the App Store does, where you have to go through them. In order, you just can't. You can post or submit, but it just doesn't mean it's going to get up there because they have all the kind of rules and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they're not allowing independent gamers as ease of access to get their stuff out there.
So you're saying you have to have a publisher to get it submitted to?
Or you have to go through a Microsoft certified
Approval service?
approval publisher.
Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to go through a publisher, that's an issue because then basically it becomes the whole solicited versus non-solicited materials argument.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is just a way to say that we don't want everybody's shit.
Yeah.
But then you have to work harder to get into there,
and it's not as easy.
And it's not. Yeah, it's not as easy, but big deal.
Yeah.
Work harder.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same point, it's for indie gamers, especially, that's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Unless you look at something like Valve, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But so do they have the possibility to submit for review via Microsoft?
It's not fully,
or you have to be solicited by a publisher.
I think you have to be solicited by a publisher. It wasn't fully clear with the articles that I was reading today. And since the release, I just know that a lot of independent gamers who are developing for Xbox Live Arcade were a little up in arms with essentially it being much, much harder for, like, if you and I wanted to develop a game together, we could develop it and then post it up,
or
and then
the
people
Meat
could
game.
buy it or something
What's
like that.
The Meat game?
The Meat Boy. Yeah.
Meat Boy.
Adventures of Meat Boy and stuff like that. It's just making it much harder so that the independent aspect of it, you have to have somebody kind of big behind you to be able to do it.
It sucks,
So,
but it sucks, but you got to work harder to get there, or you just go back and websites like the Flash websites gain popularity again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. That's sorry.
True.
Like, we could say the same thing about being filmmakers.
Yeah.
We can't submit our scripts to major movie places, so we got to create YouTube content, and we have to work our way up to those things. We have to create short films on $2,000 budgets,
and you have to solicit people who solicit stuff for you.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
trying to get an agent, trying to get someone to put it up there. Yeah,
I get that it sucks, and they kind of had an easy way in for a while.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I can't say being involved with so many things, that being involved in music and film, the two things where you go to the websites and it says, we do not accept unsolicited materials. It's like, cool. Now, welcome to the real world.
Even
like,
comic books, when we were trying to put together a comic book, we still, the only resource we had, fortunately, and we had things like Image and stuff like that were creator owned, but still, it was even then, you could submit it, but it would be 6 to 8 months based on a query.
But that's what happens whenever...
And that's just it, because you've got so much stuff going in, and you don't have someone representing your content going in saying, this is the next thing you're going to make.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to make those connections for yourself.
Unfortunately, just to wrap it up, with gaming, it's a little bit different because it takes so much to get into that realm.
Yeah.
But to understand what unsolicited materials are is what you're looking at right now. YouTube is full of awesome, great stuff, but it's also full of really bad content. Yeah. Fortunately, YouTube doesn't have somebody who has to go through that before it becomes public.
Yeah.
Right.
So when you think about a video game company, they're basically doing YouTube if there's no solicited materials.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of, it's a tough debate, I guess.
All in all, I'm really excited about the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, I don't even know where I'm going to be able to watch E3 with G4 being gone now.
I just realized that myself.
I'm really looking forward to their other, just what they do.
Gizmodo.com live streams.
Yeah, that's probably what will end up being it. So no, I'm just holding it up.
I know you're feeling it, and you can hear it on the microphone. That's why I pointed that out,
yeah,
and I was trying to be quiet about it.
Cool.
Yep. So thanks for watching the Sidequest. Make sure to go to EpicPodQuest.com to read our blogs and everything else.
Yeah. That's about it. So you can follow us on Twitter as well, at EpicPodQuest, or on Facebook, facebook.com/EpicPodQuest.
Indeed. And don't forget to check out our other YouTube show, Mad Mixology, which is on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/EpicPodQuest. Or you can also follow the link through EpicPodQuest.com. And
don't forget to leave a comment, because the contest is still going on till the end of May. For more information, go to EpicPodQuest.com. Yeah, and it's there. There's some prizes we're giving away. So make sure to leave a comment, and we might have some new stuff coming your way, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Walk it off, gentlemen.
Let's walk it off.
Walk it off.
Boom.
Boom.
They can't stop the signal now.
You're listening to EpicPodQuest.
They can't